society at large is trying to bring us into the conformity and the boxes of what we should want. But we don't have to let that dictate. We have the most amazing power within our own mind and within our own thought to choose differently. So are we aware of the times when things and people and institutions are trying to pull us into those boxes? I'm aware. You know how I'm aware? I get really unsettled. I get a lot of angst going on inside me when I feel that something or someone around me is trying to put me in a box of conformity. I feel almost angry about it. That's my sign that I know that that's happening, and then that's when I stop. Sean, what do you choose? Forget what somebody else is trying to make you think or make you do or make you deem important. You know, it's not important to me whether I have wrinkles or not. And the commercials will try to make you think that that's an important thing to have to do, right? It can be as simple as that. What are you choosing with that? So this world of effects, this world of form, is not the dictator of what we must experience. Sometimes we fall into it. Sometimes we do suffer because of what's happening on the outside. But let's remember that it does not dictate what is important. I get to dictate my experiences. The next one, Ernest Holmes says, along this whole line of freedom, where did this one go? He says, by the activity of our thought, things come into our life, and we are limited only because we have not known the truth. We have thought that outside things controlled us, when all the time we have had that within which would have changed everything and given us freedom from bondage. He uses the word bondage as opposed to the word freedom, right? While all the time we've had within us, the outside things did not have to control us. We decide. Every single one of us has the power within us to make that choice. And when we forget, we simply remember again. I have the power within me to choose. I empower myself today to think independently. I have the freedom to choose how I will handle any situation. I have the silent partner of God within me as I'm making these choices to move me forward. So I'm not just dreaming about the choices, but I'm actually remembering to make them and to use them for my highest good. And sometimes when we talk about freedom in this setting, people say, well, you're just saying that you can do whatever you want to do. So you're going to have this lawlessness all around you, because if everybody's just free to do la 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 la, not what I'm talking about. I get that sometimes when people say freedom. Freedom, yes. So remember this. We have freedom of choice without freedom of consequence. With freedom comes responsibility. I have freedom of choice, but I don't have freedom of consequence. I'm not worried that any of us, with our sense of freedom, are going to go around and create a lawless society. Because I believe that we understand that we have consequence, that we have responsibility with our freedom. It doesn't matter, other person be damned, I'm going to do what I want. We have freedom how we choose, but not of the consequences that sometimes will come with it. The last one of Ernest Holmes, I love the way he describes this. We can sit in the shade, or we can move into the sunshine. Sitting in the shadow of that shade, we may not really believe that there is any sunshine. But the sun would be there all the time. And all the time we are in bondage, the real freedom exists. It is there, but we must awake to it. I can say it differently. We can think we have no choice, or we can move into the realm of choice. Sitting in the place of I don't have a choice, we may not really believe that there is any choice. But the choice would be there all the time. And all the time that we are in bondage, the freedom to choose exists. It is there, but we must awake to it. The sun and the shade, for me, gives a great visual. I can sit in the shade, which might feel really good. Or I can go into the sunshine. I can think I don't have a choice, but maybe I really do have a choice, is what he's getting there. The freedom to choose exists, whether I think so or not. I can move my mind into the place of knowing that I do. I'm the one who must awake to it. You're the one who must awake to that. As we do it, we give other people permission to do it too. Have you ever been around somebody who is so dead set on thinking they have absolutely no choice? And you might be the one who says, yes, I can see possibilities for you. But try as you might, you can't get that person to understand that they have a choice. Ever been in that situation? It's a little frustrating. It's a little frustrating. And yet the best thing we can do, rather than trying to get that person to understand that they have a choice, is model it. Model it. When you're the one who needs to understand, I've got a different choice here. Model that for this person who doesn't think they even have a choice. Or maybe there's one suggestion you can make to a friend. Have you thought about this possibility? Because that little suggestion might just shift their perspective. And if their perspective shifts just a little tiny bit, they might just open it up themselves to realize they do have a choice. You see, each one of us makes a difference that way. One little suggestion could change the whole entire world. So if we're the ones modeling it, and if we're the ones making suggestion, not what that person should do, because nobody likes the should, don't try to put them in a box, but be the one who understands that we've got freedom of choice. Now I want to come back to the word independence, because I think I covered the whole freedom thing really well. I want to come back to the word independence. The truth is, there's no such thing. Yes, we gain levels of what we call independence as we grow up. The baby to the toddler has more independence. Okay, we see it that way. But the word independence is really not even a truth in our human experience. Nobody is completely 100% independent. What we are really is interdependent and interdependent. Interdependent. We don't live, love, work, play, or even shop completely independently. Right? When you go to that grocery store, there's nothing independent about that. You might have gone to buy into the store by yourself. You might have chosen what you want off the shelves. But who put them there? And who put whatever's on those shelves in those boxes or cans? Who picked the fruit that's in your produce section, you see? So that to me is like, oh, that models it. And then you take that idea of shopping, working, living. None of us are completely independent. Let's just drop that idea. It's not even an ideal we should hold. We are interdependent. How we work together is what matters. How I can support you, how you can support me. Oh, the word support. I said I'd come back to it. Freedom from outside control or support? Independent. Interdependent means we have all the support we could ever want or need. We don't have to live with the idea that we don't have any. We are supported and we can support others. Interdependent and interdependent. I allow my dependence to be upon the source within me, the God within me that knows how to support me, that knows how to move me through whatever it is. Yes? Are we going to go iPad? I got mine ready to go too. This is the technology part we were talking about here. I had it open to the... All right, where was I? Interdependence. So the physical aspect is our interdependence. Physically, in this world, we are interdependent. Metaphysically, beyond the physical, is where we get into the inner dependence. Depending on the God within me, the source within me. Interdependence and interdependence remind me that we are one, which is the core teaching of this philosophy. Again and again and again and again, we are one. We are not here alone. We are supported. We are supported by. We can support others. We've got the God inside of us that supports us. We are one. Over and over and over again, we remember that we are one.